Hi, it's SharRon Jamison, and this is my first time ever going on live. It's interesting. I just finished an interview with a radio interview, and got some interesting questions about what do I feel are some of the biggest threats to our souls. And I really thought about that because when I think about threats to people's souls, I think of four areas that I think I would love to share with you. And one of the biggest threats to our souls is that when we lack courage. I think many times it's when we are not able to stand up and stand alone and to follow our truth and to follow what we know is true for ourselves. We really threaten our souls when we feel that we cannot walk authentically and be who we are, and that we don't have the right to embrace our truth and release all of the lies. At some point, we don't really honor ourselves, and I think when we don't honor ourselves, we fail to honor our souls. So I think that's really, really important. Hey, Anita. I think the second thing that's really important to understand that we threaten our souls when we are compliant. I think many times we have to be careful that we just don't go along to get along, and that we don't blindly follow the status quo. And I think so many times we do that. I think when we are thinking about how to be our best selves, we can't be sheep. We have to be shepherds. We have to be a leader in our own lives. Because when we allow ourselves to be sheeps, we get ourselves in trouble because we follow people who don't really, and follow philosophies that don't really honor us and honor our deep thoughts. And so it's really, really important for us to follow our own conscience and not the crowd, follow our own heart and not the herd, to follow our own truth and not tradition. And we have to do that. We can't be compliant and do what people want us to do. We can't go along to get along, because when we do, we threaten our souls and we threaten our emotional health. So I think it's courage. I think it's compliance. I think one of the things is comfort. I think when we allow ourselves to be comfortable or at ease, we find ourselves in terrible situations, because sometimes we say we're comfortable, but we become comfortable in our pathology. We become comfortable in our addictions and our temptations, and we start to find ways to numb ourselves. We overeat, we oversleep, we overspend, we overtalk, or we underspend, we undereat. We do something over or we do something under. We try to normalize or nullify our neutralize our pain, and because we want to be comfortable. So I think it's dangerous to our soul when we try to stay comfortable in mediocrity, in mess, in mayhem, and misery. It is dangerous to our souls. We have to not allow ourselves to be comfortable in pain, and really find ways to heal ourselves so that we can move forward in our lives. Because if we don't heal ourselves, we can never honor our truth or honor our souls. So I think that's the fourth thing. I think the fifth thing, thanks so much for joining us, Wanda and Peggy, is I think the last thing I think that honors our souls, or fails to honor our souls, is when we try to live compartmentalized lives. Because the truth is, we are daylight and darkness. We are both people of virtue and vices. And when we don't really appreciate or celebrate all of who we are, we take away and deny our strength. The truth is, we are loving, but we also are low down. The truth is, we are generous, but we also are greedy. The truth is that we are righteous, but we also are reckless. The truth is that we speak gospel, but we speak gossip. We are all of that. We are not this or that. We're this and that. And when we fail to acknowledge all of who we are, and we try to live in this dichotomized way, we really prevent our souls from living in a place of truth. We are this and that. And we have to be okay with honoring all of who we are and not live compartmentalized lives to make everybody else feel happy. I love when my pastor says that we are daylight and darkness, and we have to honor all of that. So I think it's important when we think about our souls, how to stay healthy, is one, to be courageous. Be able to stand alone and stand up, even if you have to stand by yourself. You don't need a team to stand in your truth. You don't have to go along to get along. You don't have to follow the herd, follow your own heart. If people cannot stand with you in your truth, they don't need to be standing beside you anyway. So courageous. Second one is don't be compliant. You are not a sheep. You are a shepherd. You are a leader in your life. Anytime we blindly find people, we lose our way. And what's also important is nobody knows what's best for us more than we do. Don't be compliant. Question everything. Nobody has a right to have a leadership role in your life. You're the leader. Don't be a sheep, be a shepherd. And then the third thing, don't understand that we don't live compartmentalized lives. We are this and that. We are, like I said, we're loving and low down. We are magnanimous and messy. We are all of that. And when we try to deny who we are, deny a little part of who we are, we don't honor ourselves. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Anita. And then I want to say again, to make sure that we don't choose comfort. Every time we become satisfied, we become stuck. Every time we become satisfied with who we are, where we are, we settle. And then we succumb to mediocrity and misery and mess. Who wants that? We are amazing people, and we have a right and the expectation and the opportunity and the ability and the capacity to be more than we can ever imagine. And so I hope that we will never limit ourselves. I hope we'll never label ourselves. I hope that we'll never accept that we are less, because I think anytime we fail to honor all of who we are, we fail to honor ourselves. I guess you can see I'm kind of revved up after that interview. I find that so many people, we live in this experience that doesn't support our humanity. And anytime we don't support our humanity, we can never become good by ourselves. And if we're not good by ourselves, we don't have good to bring to the world. Remember, we are individuals, but we're part of a collective. Healthy you means healthy others. So be healthy, own who you are, be courageous, embrace who you are, so you can release all the lies that society and systems and people who have told you who you are, so you can be your best self. Yes? So dare to soar higher. Thanks so much for listening to me. I really appreciate it. I don't even know how to do all this. This is my first time on Facebook Live, but I felt that it was important to talk about the threats to our souls, because those are threats, and they will have you living lower than your potential and living lower than what God intends for you to live. So blessings to you always. Thanks again, and I appreciate it. See you tomorrow. Bye.